Hello, folks. I'm OdinSpack, and welcome back to 33 years and counting of my favorite games. This is part number 12. We're going to be talking about 2011 tonight. It's a little late night edition. My first video was like this too. Also, my first video, I didn't have the focus figured out on my camera. I didn't realize this webcam is not the greatest. I had to like unplug it and plug it back in to fix the focus. So I feel it actually looks. I feel like this looks a lot better than it did the video one, even though it's the exact same lighting, but somehow it's better. Probably again because the focus. That's dumb. Let's just talk about the games. 2011. What happened in 2011? I don't know. Some games came out. Actually, quite a few solid games came out in 2011. Some of which, honestly, this was a tough one to pick between honorable mentions and my top three. I got to be honest, it actually was very tough. I had some things on here that I was like that I crossed off. I mentioned last time that I was a little too open with my honorable mentions, so I condensed it a lot. I feel like 2011 here, I feel like it's just like a jam-packed year of games. So I got three honorable mentions and then my top three. So I'm telling you, all six of these games, great games. Starting with my honorable mentions, we have The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Hard to believe this came out in 2011. They're still releasing it today. That's what it feels like. It probably had a release this year on something like Amazon Luna or something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Trying to think of like some obscure platform that I don't know of that probably had a release on. This is in line with the Breath of the Wild pick, where I've never finished Skyrim, but I've put like a couple hundred hours into it, probably at least 100 hours, maybe not a couple hundred, but at least 100 hours. Just I've played like a whole bunch of characters and just done different things because there's just so many quests in this game, so many side quests, and beyond that, there's just so much just random stuff to do. This is just one of those worlds where I just I like getting lost in it, and just like I go to a town and see what's there, go to a dungeon, see what's there, go to a random cliff, see what's there. Like this is just the kind of game that just has like random Easter eggs and all bunch of weirdness just everywhere in it. The combat's pretty fun. I usually end up going like a mage route for the game, but there's been times where I've just gone like the big heavy sword guy just because it's kind of fun just to smash guys with your sword. I never really go like the archer style. I'd rather just do like a ranged mage if I were to play it. But um, Skyrim's just really fun. There's just like I said, there's just so much you can do in Skyrim. Like I said, I've never officially beaten the main campaign of it, which I don't think is very long. But that's just because I just did all the random stuff there is to do in the game. There's so much. Great game. Gameplay's fun. And pretty memorable soundtrack. My next honorable mention is going to go to Mario Kart 7. This is an honorable mention not because I'm clamoring to go back to Mario Kart 7, but just like my memories and time I put into this game. Um, I feel like ever since Mario Kart DS, the series has just kind of gotten better and better with every entry. That's it. That's my opinion. Um, so I'm not really playing Mario Kart 7 anymore because Mario Kart 8 exists. I just think 8 is better than 7. But like, 8 builds upon what 7 kind of laid out. Uh, no Waluigi in the game. I know that's random, but like I just wanted to point that out. I like the tracks that are in the game as many times online as I played SNES Rainbow Road. Uh, I do actually like it being in the game. I know they since brought it back for Mario Kart 8. It feels like they love that track now, but it's a classic track. And I played the heck out of the online, unlocking the gold cart with my good pal TM Sonic. Me and him were playing a lot of games in this kind of couple of years era. Just a great friendship with him. We just played a whole bunch of stuff, and this one was no different. And also, I really loved the online lobby making of this game. I think it's possibly better than how they do it in Mario Kart 8. Because in 8, it's just like you get into a room and it rotates every so often. You don't really choose it. Whereas in this, you have a code, and then it's like the first 12 to join, or I think it's 8 on there, but the first 8 to join, and then you go from there. And I wish like that mode was still in it because if you, that way you wouldn't have to keep adding people to like your friend list all the time. And it made it like it's like a standard like circuit basically. Like you pick 4 tracks. I just think it worked way better if you're trying to just set up a game with a bunch of people. It'd be great for streaming. I feel like 3DS streaming wasn't really a big thing back then because I mean still not a big thing now because the capture card was pretty expensive. But I feel like that lobby system I think was just really good. I really don't know why they did away with it. So I wish that was there alongside the tournament mode of Mario Kart 8. So honestly, like I said, like I think every Mario Kart gets better with every entry. So I don't really want to go back to Mario Kart 7, but I had a ton of fun playing it when it came out. One of the first real 3DS experiences I had. I feel like one of like the first like uniquely good 3DS games that came out. The 3DS had kind of like a rough launch, honestly. Um, so I think this was just a really fun game. And then my last honorable mention is going to go to Portal 2. So my pal Griffin Lobster, he kind of introduced me to what Portal was when he did a Let's Play of it. Um, I think he did anyway. I feel like that may have been the first time I had seen that. And so I played Portal for myself. I really enjoyed Portal. But Portal 2, I might be in the minority here, but I feel like Portal 2 just is so much more improved on the original game. Nothing against the original game, but I just love how like they expand the world. Like it's not just like this like test center after test center, which it kind of is a little bit, but it's not completely. Like it just feels like an expansive world that's all like connected. Like it's still like inside of this factory or whatever. But I don't know. Like there's just something about the world of Portal 2 that just feels so much more larger than the original game. I think it is like a larger game just in general by nature of being a sequel. But I think they just kind of took everything that was great with the original Portal and just made it better in this one. I still haven't played the co-op till this day because we were 2011 was when I originally started doing a Let's Play with Griffin Lobster. We were doing OdinSpack, and we uploaded one video of our co-op of Portal 2, and nothing else ever ended up seeing the light of day. Which we actually ended up recording a couple more videos after that, but something happened with the footage, and it was just lost basically. So I've barely played like any bit of the co-op, like 1 or 2 levels. So that's one I really want to get to. I hear the co-op's fantastic. So, but just speaking off the single player, I think Portal 2 deserves an honorable mention. If I had played the co-op, maybe it would be even higher on here. All right, let's go into my top 3 for 2011, starting with the bronze medal. And that's going to go to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, there's two versions of this game came out in 2011. Kind of a rotten deal for the community, honestly, because you had Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds, which is the original one. And then later in the year, near the end of the year, there was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So that one added like I think like 12 new characters, I want to say. I think 6 on Marvel, 6 on Capcom. It added a lot. But people were kind of upset that it almost wasn't just like a DLC or like you could just pay to upgrade. Like you had to like buy the new game. It was like I said, it was kind of a bad deal. It kind of made you feel like you got like an incomplete game at first with the original game. But I this is like the first fighting game where like I was like I'm getting into this fighting game. Like I had played some fighting games in the past, just kind of casually, but this one was just like okay, I got online. I'm fighting people online. I'm getting good, and my team makeup was just so bad. It was like Thor, Hagar, and Akuma, I think, or maybe it was Ryu. It was just like I just really liked Hagar and Thor, and I don't even know if I ended up ever settling on my third character in the game that I really enjoyed as a character. I think I kind of just used Ryu and Akuma because they were like from Street Fighter, and I kind of knew how they played. Um, but it was just so cool, all the different team combinations you could make in the game. The music's fantastic. The presentation on this game just knocks it out of the park. All the characters are so witty that they all have fun dialogue with each other. Just even regardless of what version you play, the original or ultimate, both are great. Really enjoyed this game. Um, my silver medal is gonna go to Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Sorry, I'm checking my notes here, making sure I'm saying the right thing. So I briefly touched on this in 2012, how there was some bonus stages for this game in the Dream Collection. So Kirby's Return to Dreamland is kind of like the console reboot of the series. This game had not seen a mainline entry on a console since Kirby 64, I want to say. So it skipped the entirety of GameCube. And 2011 is pretty late in the Wii's lifespan, too. So it was pretty late before we finally got this. This was originally going to be like Kirby's Adventure on GameCube, that like, or there was some title that was, I don't know if it was called like Kirby's Adventure is obviously on NES, but like I think there was like a working title of like Kirby's Adventure for GameCube, so I don't know exactly what it would have been called. Um, but I remember seeing like a little like sneak peek of that. It may have been like at E3 years ago, and really wanted to play that, and then that never came to be. And then Kirby's Return to Dreamland finally was teased at an E3. I remember being super excited for it. Actually, I don't think they even did they even advertise it at E3. I think they just like they had an E3 conference, and I don't think they even showed it. Like I think it was just like a little footnote at the end, and I was like, "What? What's Kirby's Return to Dreamland?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this E3. It just like, oh yeah, this Kirby game's coming out too. And honestly, it's just one of the best in the franchise. When this came out, and after I had played it, I seriously thought about like, do I like this more than Kirby Superstar? Because this game is Kirby Superstar just ramped up. Like, my favorite part about Superstar is the fact that like each ability had like Street Fighter moves. Like they each had like 4 or 5 different abilities you can like do with each one. And Return of Dreamland just expands on that. There's new power ups and there's new moves for like all of the classic power ups. Very like this is like Superstar Plus. That being said, I still don't know if I like it more than Superstar. I'd have to play it again because I haven't played through it beginning to end in a long time. It definitely follows more of the Kirby's Adventure formula and how the stage progression works. So if you like Kirby's Adventure, then you'll definitely like this. Um, but yeah, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, just what a fantastic game. It's 4-player multiplayer, which is, I don't think I've ever played the multiplayer of this. Oh no, I did briefly when it came out, but not very long. But it's 4-player multiplayer. The presentation, like the graphics, look great for a Wii game. I mean, it's Kirby, but and like the music, like Kirby just never misses on music, and this game's no exception. Like just the music's just fantastic. What a great game. Like I did a let's play of this. I love it. Great game. Play it. And then my gold medal for 2011 is gonna go to Gears of War 3. Now, all of the praise I feel like I just gave to Return to Dreamland, like because I have like tons of memories with that for its single player content. Gears of War 3 was like the ultimate multiplayer experience for me back in the day. I mentioned TM Sonic already in this video, but my other pals who got me into this series as well, like Blue Blazing Demon, for instance, we just played like the heck out of Gears of War 3, like the multiplayer, which was okay, the horde mode, and then doing the campaign, which was like 4 players, like super cool. Like I never thought I'd be into like this kind of like third person like cover shooter, but TM got me. Like I played the beta. There was the beta multiplayer for Gears of War 3. I'm like, oh, I really like this. When does this come out? And you know, it was like months away or whatever. So I ended up buying Gears of War 1 and 2. And I played through the story mode with TM co-op to get me prepared for Gears of War 3. And I enjoyed that experience of playing through the story, but man, Gears of War 3 I hardly even remember Gears of War 1 and 2 story mode, honestly. Gears of War 3 just blew those games out of the water. It was so much fun. The campaign was just like, I actually like cared so much. It's like, it's kind of cartoony, like it's kind of ridiculous and over the top, but like I actually had like attachment to the characters and stuff, and it was really cool to see. Like, and this was the first time where you weren't just playing as like Marcus and Dom, which are like basically the 2 main guys of the first two games. You played as a bunch of characters, including them, but like the story just took place from all different perspectives throughout the campaign, which was really, of course, always four people. What a coincidence! Um, but just like what a fun friend experience. Like you get some buddies together and you just blast through it. Ton of fun. Lots of scary monsters. Music's nothing memorable, but like it's just like one of those over the top movie scores basically. Very gruesome, lots of fun. And achievements that are impossible to get. So, I love the heck out of Gears of War 3. I never thought I would like a shooter like this as much as I did, but I think just the fact that it was so much fun to play with friends, it's just like an experience I'll never forget. I've not since played any later Gears of War games. I haven't played any Gears of War, just anything since. And I've always been meaning to, just to try and relive those days, but it just never happened. So anyway, that's gonna do it for 2011. What did you think? Did you think anything was missing? Did you agree, disagree? Please let me know in the comments as always. And I will see you next time for part 13, which is 2010. So until then, take care. I've been OdinSpack. Goodbye.